NANI?!
NANI?! If the Do you want to eat?
What? What? What?
NANI?!
Hey.
Huh?
Look, it's just a slipper. What are you doing?
Another.
No!
In nomine Patris et Filii et Oh my god. Hello everyone. Today I will tell you a funny story about my fluffy white cat. The story is titled The Fluffy Snowball Saga. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you appreciate me. You can skip this if you don't like this video. Thank you very much. The story begins as follows. In a quiet town, there lived a cat named Mr. Fluff, and he was the fluffiest of all cats. His fur was so thick and puffy that when you looked at him, you could almost mistake him for a giant cotton ball. He was like a living, breathing snowball, round and soft, and with fur so thick that he could probably survive a blizzard without batting an eye. One morning, Sarah, his owner, decided it was time for a little outdoor adventure. The snow had fallen overnight, and the world outside looked like a white wonderland. Of course, Sarah couldn't resist the thought of seeing Mr. Fluff in his natural habitat, snow. She opened the door and gently nudged him outside. But as soon as his paws hit the cold ground, he froze. "What's this?" Mr. Fluff seemed to ask with his big, confused eyes. "The floor is all crunchy." Sarah laughed as she watched her giant snowball of a cat awkwardly step around, each step more hesitant than the last. But then, as if realizing that the snow was, in fact, made of many small particles that could be turned into a snowball fight, Mr. Fluff lunged forward and rolled. But instead of rolling gracefully, he tumbled and spun like a fluffy hurricane, creating a perfect fluff-shaped snow patch on the ground. "I think you've made your own snowball, buddy." Sarah giggled as Mr. Fluff sat there, looking utterly confused and covered in snow. The following day, Sarah had a brilliant idea. She'd seen cats chase after laser pointers, so why not try a snowball fight with Mr. Fluff? After all, he was already covered in snow and seemed to enjoy rolling around in it. Why not add some playful snowballs to the mix? Sarah packed a few snowballs into her hands and tossed them gently toward Mr. Fluff, expecting him to at least bat at them or give a playful chase. Instead, he stared at the snowballs with a look of profound disbelief, as though the world had suddenly turned upside down. "Is this some kind of snow sorcery?" Mr. Fluff's eyes seemed to say. Without warning, he pounced on one of the snowballs. But instead of batting it with his paw, he simply lay on it, squashing it into the ground, looking satisfied with his kill. Sarah burst into laughter. It was as if he believed the snowball had been a mere illusion, and he, the mighty snowball slayer, had just defeated it. Feeling that he had mastered the art of snowball destruction, Mr. Fluff became completely fixated on the snowballs. Every time Sarah threw one, he would attempt to hunt it by sitting on it, rolling over it, or simply staring at it in what could only be described as a feline standoff. "Maybe it's a little too complicated for you, buddy," Sarah chuckled, but she couldn't help but love the determination Mr. Fluff had. He was like a fluffy warrior in a winter wonderland. Over the next few days, Sarah's house became a mini winter playground for Mr. Fluff. Every time it snowed, he would stand by the door, pawing at it, as though demanding to be let out for his daily snowball adventures. He had fully embraced his identity as the fluffy snowball king, and nothing was going to stop him. One particularly snowy afternoon, Sarah decided to build a tiny snow fort for Mr. Fluff. After hours of building and shaping the snow into a tiny, fluffy fortress, Sarah opened the door to reveal the masterpiece. Mr. Fluff, with a glint of excitement in his eyes, pranced forward, his tail high in the air. He sniffed around the fort, gave it a cautious paw tap, and then, without hesitation, he jumped right into it, rolling over the snow and making himself comfy inside the little mound. He then started to dig, as though he were digging a tunnel to the North Pole. "Really, Fluff?" Sarah asked, watching her cat dig away. "You know, you're supposed to be the king of snowballs, not the master digger." But Mr. Fluff wasn't listening. He was too busy creating his own personal snow cave, which he clearly believed to be a vast empire. Sarah laughed and snapped a photo of her snowball king in action. It was at that moment that she realized, no matter how many snowballs he crushed or tunnels he dug, Mr. Fluff was always going to be her fluffy, snow-covered bundle of joy. He was her very own snowball king, and his winter adventures would never fail to bring her endless laughter and joy. And as for Mr. Fluff, he was already planning his next snowball conquest.